Hi, I am Kirsten Pullen, VP for Conference 2025, and I am here to talk a little bit about what the GC has been up to and do a report on the meeting the Governing Council had in January. A lot of our conversations at that mid-year meeting were about the conference, just like a lot of the work that ATHE does and a lot of the things that happen are directed towards our conferences. We got about 200 submissions for this first call, and the focus groups will be vetting those submissions, determining which ones they will put on the program for our meeting together in Atlanta. The conference committee is not involved in those selections this year. Instead, they're really focusing on making connections with local groups and artists in Atlanta and in the Atlanta area so that we can make those connections for the conference, involve those community artists and arts organizations. And if you've got ideas, if you know of artists and organizations in and around Atlanta, please do contact the VP for Conference 2024, Valerie Clayman Pye, and she and her committee will follow that up and work on that. I also wanted to note, especially as conference VP for 2025, that very few submissions came for virtual or hybrid panels. And because we do have members who are really concerned about having some virtual panels and about accessibility and cost, if you've got ideas about ways to make those work better and be more interesting and exciting for our members, please pass those ideas along, either to Valerie or to anybody, or to me especially, or anybody in ATHE leadership. I want to say another thing that happens at the conference, of course, are the ATHE Awards. And the ATHE Awards take a lot of time and labor, and we really depend upon volunteers to do that committee work. And it's important work. We've got awards for publication, for graduate students, for different kinds of research and travel, for achievement. And if you are interested and able to serve on any of those awards committees, please contact Carl O'Brien Williams, who is the VP for awards. Another VP that you might want to get in contact with is our VP for Research and Publications, Meredith Conti. She and her committee are working on improving the experience with journals and publications for journal editors, for journal contributors, for journal reviewers. That publications committee is working in the same way that the awards committee did a lot of work to think about what those processes were and how that was working in the last couple of years. Meredith Conti is taking on that work for publications. So please do get in touch with her if you've got things to add. The liaison to focus groups on the Governing Council, Kelly Aliano, has been getting in touch with you. She spent a lot of time this fall meeting with focus groups and finding out ways that the relationship between the focus groups and Big ATHE can be smoother, can be better, can be more transparent, and we can be sure that Big ATHE and the focus groups, that both needs of both the constituencies are getting met, and that the communication is open. So kind of keep your eye out for the results of those conversations. We are all on the Governing Council, and those in focus group leaderships are always thinking about ways to bridge the gap between those groups. And I think that's part of the big question. Our ATHE president, Carlos Alexis Cruz, is leading us as he begins his term from asking why ATHE? Wanting to know how the organization contributes to the field, how it contributes to its members' lives, and how it serves all of its members. It's a big organization with a lot of different constituencies, and wanting us to all think about, as we move forward, what it is that ATHE is doing for us, what we are doing for ATHE. The next board meeting, the Governing Council, will take place in April, and our work there will be focused on updating the ATHE bylaws. We are hoping to bring a revised bylaws document to the full membership in Atlanta so that we can vote on it. And it's been quite some time since the bylaws were updated, and we want to be sure that they are more in line with the values of ATHE moving forward. I've suggested a lot of people you might get in touch with in this short sort of introduction or overview of what we've been doing. It's really easy to go to athe.org to over on the left-hand side, do the drop down in about, choose leadership, choose governing council, and you'll see all of the titles and the names of all of the members of the governing council. You can click right on those and you'll be able to send them an email. So I can't wait to see all of you in Atlanta that I see you when I'm all of you who I see in Atlanta. I look forward to seeing you. Thanks for being a part of ATHE.